Hello everyone, it's Oliver here. As mentioned on Patreon, I said I would be doing a pickups video on my latest LaserDiscs. Now I grabbed some of these as mentioned on the post that I got these from my Facebook group, and I picked up some stuff from Japan using that sort of proxy website called Jaws or Jaws, something like that. You can pick up stuff from Yahoo Auctions basically for peanuts, and most of the cost comes from basically shipping, which can be a bit of a nightmare with the added fees on top. But anyway, let's crack on with the first one to show you. This is a Alien box set with Alien, Aliens and Alien 3. This is from, I'll get the bouncing light off it there. As you can see a bit closer up, you can see it's kind of like design of the xenomorph on the cover. The OB sleeve is a little bit scuffed there, but it's nothing too bad. I turn it around, it sort of essentially tells you what's in the set. So 1 to 3, Alien 4, obviously Resurrection hadn't come out at this point. Inside the box, I will cut to close up so you can kind of see things in a little bit more detail. It comes with a nice, essentially the design that's on the box, this sort of xenomorph there, which is very cool. And on the back, you've got the Alien 3 kind of poster design. Inside, you've got each film sort of production notes, which is common for LaserDisc releases, which always kind of adds to the extra benefit of buying these films on this format. As you can see there, very nice designs. It's all black and white, obviously. Alien 3, which is obviously the new one at the time, about 2 years old, that film. So a bit on David Fincher there, and this sort of the cast. So yeah, that's about it for that little set there with the extra booklet. And then inside, you just have, we've got the this is perfect, this is mint condition, this sleeve for Alien. All got the original poster design as well. On the back it's got the credits from the poster. And then Aliens, which comes in double disc, which is the extended version. Because I was checking the disc itself, and it has a bit where she's told about her daughter dying, so that was in the extended version, as I recall. So nice gatefold there, sort of some, yeah, still black and white design. And on the back, yeah, you just got the, again, very similar sort of poster design with the credits and some I think kind of common photos used throughout the sort of promotion of the movie. And the Alien 3 one, which I already have a Japanese version of. So this is just basically just repurposed it into this set. So I'll have this one by itself. So I'll probably give that to one of my friends who is a big Alien 3 buff or fanatic, as it were. So we'll have some cool Alien thing to add to his collection, even though he doesn't have a player. I do like to get LaserDiscs for some of my friends, because they often are cool collectibles, and they can often frame them. And obviously coming up in a bit, there's a couple of discs which I bought for some friends to sort of say thank you for their sort of contribution to my channel. Right, that's the Alien one. Now, ones I didn't show in the post on Patreon was 2 discs which I got about a month or 2 ago, which is Superman 2. It's a Japanese version. It's the last version of Superman 2 they released on LaserDisc in Japan, and it's got a great kind of sleeve to it, really cool design. Plus this one, unlike the American version, this one actually has a gatefold. The American one just has a simple regular sleeve, so you can kind of see there. It's got a very cool gatefold design. I used to have this, and I sold it a long time ago when I was low on cash before doing YouTube, I think. And yeah, so it's just missing the sort of OB sort of sleeve here, but it doesn't really bother me. You know, classic poster design for Superman 2. And yeah, all I need now is to get the Superman the movie widescreen Japanese one, which has got a gatefold cover as well. I had that, and I sold that as well years ago. Batman, this has the OB sleeve on the side here. This is the last version of Batman they released on LaserDisc. Again, simple cover design. All of them had this, so it's difficult in some cases to distinguish which one is the later release. but you can usually tell with the OB sleeve and the sort of design on the back. But obviously the design on the back is just simply Batman. But this does have a gatefold cover, which is really cool. And it's got, is it a production note? Yes, it's got production, no. Are they production notes? They're chapter notes. Here we go, I'll show you those in a second. So yeah, gatefold cover, really nice. The American one doesn't have a gatefold, so it's the Japanese always get the decent stuff. And I put this on Instagram actually, so you may have seen this already. There's a little information sheet about the chapter stops because they're not featured on the back. And returning to Aliens, we have the American collector's edition of Alien. So turn around, fantastic condition, really good. These cases often get damaged by the way they sort of glue together because it opens up like a bit like a book. So a lot of these features on this disc were ported over to the Blu-ray release. These were produced by, at the time, Michael Matessino, who did the sort of Star Wars and Superman soundtracks, and he was doing LaserDisc stuff at the time. And then inside you get the booklet, and on the back of the booklet, I'll show the insides of it in a second, you get a message from H.R. Giger, Dan O'Bannon and Ridley Scott. So I'll cut to a close-up of those and you can see what they've written. Open it up. We've got a massive sort of production notes sheet there by Michael Matessino, as you can see. And then we've got chapter stops, tells you what extra bits you get, and then you open up again and it's like, whoa, it's just massive. Look at that. That is cool, eh? Beauty. So yeah, I'll cut to close-ups of these. But yeah, so there isn't much in terms of like the collector stuff, and a lot of it's like text. So with the CAV format, which is 30 minutes per side, you can do perfect pause, so you can do step by step. So each frame you can watch. So it has loads of text, so you go through each frame reading. So it's not great reading stuff off a TV, to be honest. Never has been. But yeah, that's how they sort of did these sets at the time. And then so obviously you've got like 3 or 4 discs in here. So yeah, that is in fantastic condition. And then it's followed up with Aliens, which is a very similar design as well. The poster directly in the middle, and on the back the features are listed in a very similar fashion. Obviously, as mentioned, these were ported over to Japan and had different like box set designs, and I think they're a little bit more elaborate over there as well. So again, it comes with a booklet and a bunch of discs. So yeah, so you can see there. Inside we've got, again, not written by Michael Matessino, but it's one by David C. Fine, I think. See there, the text there. And then you've got the cast, and then this one kind of has a different way of folding out. On the back it's got the chapter stops, and then it opens up this way and it tells you what's been included with the extended cut, and there's a message there from James Cameron about the release, and we'll see more stuff there about what features you get. Now these discs were notorious for kind of laser rot, in particular Aliens. So if you go on like a LaserDisc database, it says a high possibility of rot. Comes from 2 different manufacturers, one by Mitsubishi and one by Pioneer. Most people say the Mitsubishi ones are problematic. So I was kind of dubious about both sets because Alien as well also has issues of rot. But I spun through all the discs and they seem fine. Aliens did have a little bit at the bottom on one side, but it kind of disappears, so that's kind of fine. But Aliens is an interesting one because obviously James Cameron approved this, all the transfer, and we know this is all before the introduction of THX certification. So you know, the picture-wise, it's some moments where it looks really, really good, and other moments it's like edge enhanced the fuck. So it's like nice detailed picture, which is kind of soft in areas a little bit, and suddenly it's overly sharp, really, really sharp. It's like someone's turned the sharpness up on your TV. It looks really, really digital. So it's very inconsistent, but moments where it's like, wow, this is really good, and then other moments where like, ugh, you know, so yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. But yeah, Alien is a little bit more consistent with its picture. And it's interesting though, watching this in LaserDisc format, because the colour grading slightly changed over the years on the film, and this one has more pinks and reds in it in some areas, where the later ones it has more of a steely, cool blue look in throughout as they've regraded it. But it depends, it's down to how Cameron wants it, I suppose. But if you like the sort of the notion of seeing the film in its kind of raw video format, sort of old school feeling. This is really watchable to a certain degree. It's like going back in time and watching, you know, like the best video format, but on like a really sort of kind of ropey picture, and it sort of just kind of works with this film. I don't know why, maybe because it's kind of rough, grainy look. It sort of benefits it. When I was checking out Aliens on the Japanese box set, the sound mix on that is really quiet, where this is like really loud and aggressive. So this is like, this is one to watch. Or the Japanese equivalent box set, which has got the Queen on the front. I'll show you a picture of that as well, so you kind of remember what it was. Anyway, next one. Okay, now these two discs are for my friends Mark O'Connell and AJ Chowdhury to say thank you for sort of taking part in some of these Bond podcasts. I thought, well, I'll get him, because Mark has a massive soft spot for A View to a Kill, and AJ really loves The Living Daylights like I do. So for Mark, I got him, A View to a Kill. It's a Japanese release. Okay, an earlier release. It's from 1986 because it has the sort of the old kind of Warner's kind of colour design, which is I'm not a huge fan of, but it makes use of the great poster, which has Roger Moore with his really long legs. But also on the back, you've got a really cool kind of colour design as well. I think it's supposed to sort of purpley or pinkish kind of colour hues kind of fit with A View to a Kill. I got this because it has a gatefold cover. Open it up. At first, it's got like production notes there, which is always handy to have. Inside the cover, which is really cool design. Look at that. That is really. So I thought Mark would adore this. So yeah, so you can add that to his kind of Bond collection. I mean, this will be analog as well. It won't be widescreen. This one, it will be in pan and scan. So yeah, it's not something I would particularly keep. I just got it for him, and the other one as well for AJ because of the cool sleeve. Living Daylights makes use of the fantastic poster for the movie. Comes with an OB sleeve as well. This is obviously in Japan. It's I think like A View to a Kill, distributed by Warner Home Video. Inside we've got, again, a great fold out cover. Really, really nice. On the back you've got nice, I think the red as well works with A Living Daylights. I love the Japanese font for The Living Daylights as well. I think there might be, I think there is a sheet in here as well. There we go, and you've got also production notes as well, which is really nice. Shame I can't read it. And the final disc is a meaty box set. This is a signature collection of Jaws. Now, I'd been watching this for a long time. Often goes for silly prices and things missing from it, like the which I'll show you in a second. And sometimes the box is a bit beaten up. This is in fantastic condition. Comes with some great extras, which I'll read out to you. So basically, it's all in the CAV format. So 10,000 copies of this set were made, and includes the book and the soundtrack. Video interviews from 1995 with Spielberg and a bunch of others, obviously from the cast and crew, Williams and Dreyfuss, Scheider, things like that. Spielberg's home movies, behind the scenes footage of the Mechanical Shark, never before seen live shark footage shot by Ryan and Valerie Taylor, theatrical trailers, outtakes, storyboards, and original advertising, marketing and publicity materials. This is obviously widescreen THX and digital sound. I think this film was a mono film. I think it is still mono. Doesn't say stereo on this. There's no Dolby on this. So inside the set, you've got like way too many discs. Got four LaserDiscs in here, and then we have the booklet, which you always need with these releases, which has their photo of Spielberg being eaten by the shark, which is kind of you've all seen before, his signature, and then you open it up, and then it's just like, wow, loads of cool stuff. And on the back, this sort of kind of like the shark as well. But yeah, this version has a documentary which was kind of cut down for the DVDs and Blu-rays. Maybe they've been restored for maybe the 4K release, which I do own. I've not checked out the extras on that, but a lot of people complain that the documentary, which is really well produced and put together, was kind of trimmed down. So this is also in its original form now. So you've got the book of Jaws, different variant cover. We do have an earlier version in the house of the same book, so it's quite cool to have both. Yeah, I never read the book, so and we've got the soundtrack as well, still sealed as well. So it's got 12 tracks on this, and it's quite a short album actually. It's about 30 minutes long, maybe less than that. So yeah, I think I've got a later release of this. So yeah, that's why I think it's still sealed in the box. But yeah, very cool thing to have to come with, you know, a collector's set. Yeah, it's always pretty cool to see that sort of stuff. Well, there you go. Those are my recent LaserDisc pickups. Now, I haven't picked up much in a while. The last one I did was over a year ago, so I'm pretty happy and satisfied with my collection. There is the odd few titles which I kind of want but don't desperately need. I sort of wait around till I see when they're sort of going for cheap prices. But at the moment, I'm sort of sticking with sort of collecting 4K stuff, you know, which I've sort of slowed down a little bit on. But there's a few decent titles coming out which I'm desperate to get hold of, like Dog Soldiers. So, and what was the other film that's coming out? I'm sure that Studio Canal had announced like Highlander and to come out in 4K. So I know they put out Total Recall, which I got hold of, but there's some other. I mean, Warner Brothers haven't put out anything of their back catalogue in a while, so I'm hoping they do something, you know, interesting soon. But it's all been pretty quiet on sort of back catalogue old school movies being put out on 4K. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon with some more. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and click the bell to be notified of my latest retrospectives and reviews. Big thanks to my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to get involved and gain early access to my content and exclusive videos, then follow the link below.